there's now more people in slavery than ever before in human history. Can you start by giving us your take on what took the church and humanity in general so long to wake up to this fact, and how you yourself learned the realities of human trafficking?
I was in an airport in Greece. I went to speak at a women's conference, saw all of these posters of these young women and children that said missing, missing, missing. And I was stunned. I travel all the time. And I said to a friend, what's going on? And they said, these are the alleged victims of human trafficking. And honestly, I just thought, sure, like slavery. And anyway, the truth is, I called my friend from UNICEF and I said, is this real? And then I started to research and was horrified, like the fact that there were more slaves today than ever before in the history of humanity, slaves sold for sex, forced labor slaves. And we're talking, I just flew back like a couple of days ago from Bulgaria, where they still have in certain villages where they will parade the girls and actually sell them for 1,000 euros, 2,000 euros. I mean, that still exists on the earth. I was in a village just 2 days ago where that still exists on the earth today.
You call things like inconvenience and the desire to see people set free and being moved to action and courage part of what is a quote normal life. Can you elaborate a little bit more about that concept of a normal life?
Yeah, I just think we've got to redefine what a normal Christian life is. I think in order to get people involved in stuff, we've just sold them this myth that you can be a hero and let's be one of the great heroes of faith in Hebrews 11 and you can be the next Esther and the next... Well, I'm not sure there's going to be another Esther or another Daniel or another David. Like they're there to inspire us. Jesus is the ultimate hero. So the work was done 2,000 years ago. He is the hero. We are then invited to step into his story. And is it enough for us in the church can we find the abundant life to be the life that is spent serving others, helping to set other people free? Or do I have to be a hero of my own story? Now, if I need to be a hero of my own story, well, there's something in it for me. I'll be in that. But then it sort of just indulges our narcissistic self, actually, if you ask me. But if my life is about others, then you go, you know what? The whole story of the gospel is inconvenience. It's interruption. Really, the story of the Good Samaritan is the Pharisee, or the Levite and the priest just didn't want to be inconvenienced or interrupted. They were so busy going to the next religious meeting that they saw the man as an inconvenience to their ministry rather than the object of the ministry. Whereas if we've got to stop seeing lost and broken people as an inconvenience to our ministry and the object of it. And then it suddenly changes everything, where you go, my life as a Christian on this earth is a life interrupted because I'm not home. Home is heaven. So there's no point me trying to make my little heaven on earth here for me. I'm bringing a taste of heaven on earth for everybody else. I'm going to go home one day and I'm going to have the most awesome life at home. I want to bring as many people home as I can. Therefore, on my way home, as I'm a pilgrim on a journey, my life is going to be one long life of interruption and inconvenience on the way to where I'm getting to.
I'm glad you mentioned the book Undaunted because we actually ran an article last fall summarizing the practical applications of that book, which was extremely well received. But there were two key points I wanted to ask you about from it. Specifically, what holds us back from saying, here I am, send me? And what are some of the more challenging excuses for people to let go of?
I often say I think what we need in the body of Christ is a buttectomy. We need to get our big butts out of the way because God says, it's not about what you can't do. I already know what you can't do. It's about what I want to do through your life. And I think if we could just trust God to be God, then we would just take steps of faith. Who would have thought when I said yes 5 years ago that we would now be fully operational in 10 countries? That we would have aftercare facilities, that we would have traffickers in jail, that we would have partners all over the world. You just go, wow, imagine if I just thought, I can't because I'm scared and I don't know and I've got little kids, which is all the things that went through my mind, which is what goes through everybody's mind. And I think when I just got to the place where it was like, I can't, but he can, and somehow... I didn't have a big plan. To this day, I'm sitting here talking to you. I don't have this massive 5-year plan or anything. It's pretty much a day-by-day thing. And I think with God, if we can get to that place of trusting him day by day, you go, whoa, I was obedient with this small step. And then he gave me the next step, and then the next step, and then the next step. And if I try to overthink it, I could panic even now and go, how's all this going to work? And then when I just go, you know what, God, you got me this far. The same God that brought me this far is the same God that's going to take me that far.